Well, we're back under the truck and we're zip tying some of these my wiring harnesses back up for now. I'm doing this because I'm going to be trying to move the truck, so I don't want nothing to get ripped down after I cut everything, all those lines off. Of course, for some reason I can't do this. Ugh. Crisscross this one. I don't know. Got the one zip tie that's already broken. Fuck yeah. Try again. Oh, roll over this thing. God, these zip ties are stupid. That's why I fucking should have just ordered some off the internet. Just went to the Dollar Tree and bought a fucking cheap one. Some cheap ones that I can test stuff, and all these things are garbage, so I'm gonna double this up now. Barely even put any force on it and broke it right off. Okay, I don't know. Probably good for now. Got some other stuff to do. But... Okay, guys. I figured out my brake issue. Besides, I don't know if last time what I recorded last time, but I broke off the bleeder valves last time trying to bleed it. But that wasn't the problem. After doing some reading and taking this brake course, I took out the proportioning valve. Whenever I was putting the brakes in the system originally, and I took it out because I didn't have enough room for the brake to fit in there with the proportioning valve. If you actually look, I've got this zip tie, but even still, it was hitting my computer. So I'm gonna have to take and run these into the proportioning valve and the proportioning valve into there in this little space. So that's gonna be fun. I really wish I could move this whole computer and fuse box inside the truck, under the dash. But I'm already committed and halfway through this, almost done with this part of it. So I just need to, we're going to go ahead and replace these brakes anyway, because I ordered these before I figured that out. I probably could have still bled the other ones using the brake line, but these are going to bleed from the bleeder, and I didn't feel like drilling and tapping because these were $100. So I need to wait and change them out and not fight them. And then I know they'll be good. And I got new hardware, that stuff I was missing also. So, and I just swapped out the caliper. I didn't swap out the bracket. I mean, nothing wrong with that one. If it does stick or not slide like it's supposed to, then I'll swap it out. But I don't see any reason because it's moving fine. And I'm going to take before I try to drive this, I'm going to come back with a wire wheel and wire wheel, all that. I spray painted it when I did to try to keep rust off it, and it worked pretty good for this one, but not the fronts. I think I forgot to spray paint the fronts to keep them from rusting. But one thing is, our next course we're getting ready to start is steering and alignment. So I'll be able to take this thing in and get in a free alignment. I would like to take it in and have the rotors turned while I'm there. Maybe that's a possibility. Because those are good rotors, they just need to turn. You just paint it and that's it. Slightly rough surface rust. Need to clean out the garage again, get back on track. Okay, so anyway, taking this top one out right now. I'm gonna have to grab it with the channel locks because this deal is spinning, and try not to crush that rubber boot any. I want to slide it back some just to save it and then put it back. So I'll come back in a minute and you guys will see me swapping this. I see this swapped out because I don't know where I put my I don't know, I might need new rotors. You guys can't see. It actually looks like it is kind of thin. Yeah, I think it does. So I'll get some new rotors probably next month. But just the drives around the yard here at the house, I think we'll be fine. Swapping these out and getting that proportioning valve back on. We only had 2 days of good weather, yesterday and today. And yesterday my back was awful. I couldn't even walk hardly. And then today is just enough to just get out of school, just enough time to come out here and swap out these calipers. So tomorrow I'll come out here and swap out the proportioning valve. So I want to be out here all night tonight. Alright, she's on. That one fought me a little bit with that brake pad going back on there. You gotta get them in there just right. And I had to use the rubber mallet to persuade it because it's got a little clip on there that pushes tension on it when you try to put it in. And it's a bear trying to squeeze it in there. But you can already see, see that gap? I never even, that gap has been there since the first time I tried to bleed it. So that's because the proportioning valve wasn't in there and sending the pressure to the back of the wheels like it's supposed to. So if your back brakes aren't bleeding, it might be a bad proportioning valve. Okay, I just cut this off, the plate that mounts that, and I'm just gonna probably stick it right about here because these lines are coming up right here pretty straight. So I think I can just cut them off right there and put new ends on them, and then just make a quick L bend and just drop right into the master cylinder. But I'm trying not to get too much stuff compacted in there because that way I can still get to the computer. But it's already in there tight as it can be. No, this has got to have wire sheeting and stuff put on it, and got to get a firewall grommet still. But after this, we should be able to at least test drive it. Oh, and I got a thing up here for this. We'll come to do that. Oh yeah, I forgot I was going to get something to block this off. I might just cut this off and JB weld the end of it and just paint it black and stuff it back in there. I don't know if I need this yet for anything. We'll find a piece of PVC plug that matches that at the Lowe's and then paint it black and stick it in there. And then we'll put this over on the little wall over there with the little buckets. It's coming a long way. I mean, it's way, look at that atrocity of this hose I cut last time. That was for the old brake bush. I had to move it over a little so I could have room to get in there. So I'm gonna have to eventually come back, cut all that out, and re-weld that firewall back there. And I have to redo the job that I did. I welded it up, I made my mark wrong, cut the wrong hole, so I have to fix that anyway. So, but right now, we're just worried about running and driving. I'm gonna go get these clamps, tighten them up. Then we got to cut a notch and then throw some pre-drill 3 or 4 little holes and throw some screws to this MAF sensor. And I do want to build some kind of brace that comes off from these screw holes to over here maybe somewhere. Keep that from bouncing around a lot. It's just enough to tuck right in there. Everybody's truck is different. Like I've seen other 50 Chevys with LS swaps and they're different. Some guys leave these completely out. I left them, trying to keep as much water out from the bottom of the system. I really probably should have put some rubber, 13 pieces of rubber screwed to the inside. I might do that on the outside, screw some rubber along the inside to block that last little gap where I didn't get it completely perfect to the frame, but I was trying to give it a gap so it wouldn't be hitting and rubbing and making noises once you get going down the road, you know what I mean? I think I'm all done for tonight. Actually, I might go get these rings, and I think right here I'm gonna end up cutting right here and throwing in that water temperature sensor because I don't want to. Well, I really do want to drill it and tap it there, but to buy the thing and do it there is like $50 to $100 for the tap set, even at Harbor Freight. So, and I don't really remember. I don't know which size I need, but I just know the ones I got don't fit that. So we're getting there, closer. We're getting closer. So I'm pretty confident that we're going to the car show this year. Out of all the years I've said that, this should be the year. I want to get some cap covers from those two. I don't like it. And some kind of tie down system going on. Keep it from bouncing. Alright. And I still got to do this to the front brake. So when I get back in here, I'm going to have to install this on that. I think I just got it for that side. I think this side was okay. The other side, I had to cut through the boot to cut the deals off or something on that side. So I mean, the socket and tap those back in. A little bit of grease on them, not much, just a little. We'll be good. And I'm hoping to have this thing, take it to the school and show the guys and see what they think. I mean, it ain't perfect. It's a rat rod. I can see the cuts and the lines and the welds, and they ain't even perfect welds. They're butt crack welds. But all I got is an electric MIG welder. I don't got a nice argon gas deal or oxyacetylene setup. But alright guys, I'm rambling. Sorry. I'm gonna go inside and chill. Oh, there it is. It's right there. I lied to you guys. It's right there. Come back tomorrow. We'll do some more. Okay guys. So I don't know if you guys can see the red on there. I can't. It's a fucking phone camera, but see a little red mark. So that's gonna be where I cut into this. And I'm gonna break it off, I guess. And then I'll go back with some rasp and wire the edge down. Get some pliers and we'll break that piece off. Looks rough right now, but we're gonna smooth it out. It's hard to sand aluminum and make it not want to grab everything and chew everything up. But I'm just working backwards today. I was going to work on the brakes first, but I'll work on the intake first. Alright, let's see what this does. There we go. Way better fit. Nice and smooth. Look how good that looks good now. I gotta repaint it, but looks better than what we had. So now I want to take and go clean this out. I need to clean out that. See all that from where I cut that pipe before. Look, so crammed in there. I wish I could have made it look a little cleaner, but it is what it is. They didn't have these big V8s in these trucks, and I have all this. I could have done a little bit better putting that master cylinder under the truck maybe, and putting that computer inside the truck somewhere. But as long as it runs and drives, I'm happy. I'll come back. I'm gonna clean this out, and then we'll go back to reinstalling this. Okay, guys. So I forgot to record, but to attach this, just put a self tapper here and here. I got a little wide. I'm gonna cut there, so I'll probably end up putting one here. I don't have another short one, so to speak. So I got these fucking 1-inch ones. I'll just throw one in there for now. All the air is gonna do is pass by it anyway. It's not. It's just I hate putting the wrong shit in, because then you forget to come back and put the right shit in later, and then you have that oddball piece of work you did that just doesn't look good. Well, the whole thing really doesn't look good, but I really need an aftermarket harness computer, clean up the bay, but I want to drive it, so it is what it is. I'm gonna drive the shit out of this truck once I get together. I'll just clean this, but we're another one right here. You can see how I got this piece attached. Alright, just we'll spray it out again with some spray. This is the right stuff. This is for cleaning contacts, but it's rubberized alcohol. See if y'all can see in there. See how it's coming through. I can't see nothing. Camera's all messed up. Oh well, I tried. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna replace this later with a plug. I'm gonna have to take this out and go to the parts store and Lowe's probably and find a plug that fits that. Strap it down here so it can fit under the hood. I think I had it turned this way. I think I need to drop this clamp a little, spin it to the left. It was just I'm trying to keep it off this. It's gonna have to go right there, and in between. Just enough room, I guess. Forgot to start the other camera too. I just forgot to start all the cameras. Just let this one keep running. Adjust the angle a little bit. This one, I'm not gonna see nothing but my back. Anyway, different views. Hit the mode. Hit the mode. That's where we are right now. Then we got both these going. Let's rotate this around a little. Just give it one spin. Get access. once we get it all the way down to where it needs to be. Right there somewhere. Alright, it's under there. Yeah. Just enough room for the hood to clear and everything to clear something. Look how much, just right there. So close. Just enough room to close the hood. This thing needs a bath already, just sitting in here, dust just collects. So, alright, it's looking pretty good. Now we have to cut this hose and throw in the water temp gauge. Might do that later. I really need to get that. I gotta do both either way. Water temp gauge or I do want to make a mount for this. Comes over here and this bolts to this corner. A corner screw to hold this from bouncing and popping off and end up dying on the side of the road because it bounced loose. We don't want that. This is actually this air filter kit right here was like, I don't know, 50 bucks, 70 bucks or something for it was for a Ram for my old truck, but I didn't like it on my truck, so I took it off and I just had it sitting in the garage. So this one needed a new one because the old one was, the OEM one's too big and sticks out from under the hood. So we got this. So I came up with a big 4-inch elbow, a bend to spin it this way and using that air intake. So that is what we have there. I was going to buy some wire loom today and some more harness clips, but I'll do that at the beginning of the month. Just to clean all that up, get some firewall grommets, and right there's our next task, I guess, is to fight with this master cylinder and get this proportional valve hooked up. So I'm gonna have to bleed that brake fluid or something, but I don't know, maybe not. It might leak a little when I unhook those lines, but as long as it's not pushing the pedal, it shouldn't leak anyway, really. But maybe, we'll see. I'm gonna have to go get a pipe cutter and cut that, and we're gonna install this. See if you guys can see. Install this. It just goes in the regular hose line. Put it in your water tank and then right in. So you don't have to drill anything. These are like 10 bucks. So way cheaper than a tap and die set. Yeah. I'm gonna go get the pipe cutter and cut this thing. Keep going. Maybe so. I don't know if I can see my pipe cutter. Give us enough room to push that back off that. Now I got the pipe cutter. I think I can see it right here and just cut this across. Maybe. Didn't leak. That's what we want, I guess. We'll top it back off. all over the floor. That's what we want. Gotta clean it up anyway. And it goes the way you want it to. I got this a little bit bigger than it was supposed to be. That figures. We'll go with this. Gotta get the edges around. And of course, it's gonna fight me. Yeah. And all that antifreeze is slippery whenever you fucking get it in your hand, so. It's gonna fight me. Nothing you do is easy, is it? Let's try this side first. More like 1.25 inches instead of this. Just need to roll around that lip. It wants to fight me instead of roll around the lip. Rotate around. See, peeling off the edge. There we go. I'll just gotta do that one more time. Maybe. Alright. There's one. Now we just gotta do the other side. Oh, this is gonna be a hard side. I'm gonna have to take this clamp loose and then fight with it that way. I might even have to take this back off to get my hands so I can get a good wrestling point. Wrestle this one. Try not to stab myself because that's how it goes when you're trying to work on stuff. Everything wants to fight me. Go where it goes. Almost there. Gonna make me fight it. Gonna make me fight it instead of just working. Alright, so now we'll tighten all this back up. Maybe. Like these clamps might be too small. They barely even have any. They have no adjustment. How are you going to send clamps with no adjustment? Oh, assholes. So, I guess we're going to buy new clamps now. Thought we were saving money, but these are pretty fucking baby clamps anyway. But we'll just. Here we go. She's in there, boys. Now we have a water temp spot. We'll just have to fill that all the way back up. That won't be too bad because I filled it here. So if this is topped off to here, this is going to be full. Maybe I'll spin it on the bottom. So that way, even if he starts getting low, you can read it on the bottom side, and then we'll just zip tie the bottom of the wires to the radiator hose and then on in the cab. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'll try to take these loose and see if I can't get them up here and then tighten down. But from where it's at, it don't look like they're going to be useful for anything. They don't even come close to even grabbing. Some more. We want half inch. Get more pressure scratch. I did not think that was going to go in that hose, but it's going to be a tight fit, so it's going to keep it from pulling back off. Put this one back on. Here we go. Now we got 2 extra little clamps for something later. We just gotta buy 2 more. Alright, so we did the intake. We did the water temp. We're not done with that, but that's where we're at the moment. And then we gotta do this proportioning valve. And that should be enough to be able to start the sky, bleed it, and drive it. After we top the radiator fluid back off. And I do really want to, for a test drive down the driveway, I'm going to run it like it is, but I have rubber lines going from the cooler to the transmission line because I had metal ones and we had the whole wiring harness fiasco, burning that up. And we burnt the transmission cooler lines because they grounded out on the side of the starter. We forgot to hook them back in their mount when we put everything in there. So we got to run new lines for that before we make it a daily. But for a test drive up down the driveway, we're going to run them. And then when we change them, we're going to flush everything. So just to make sure, because they have been sitting on here for a few months. It hasn't driven anywhere with them, but they've been sitting on there. So we might just take them off and switch them before we even drive it. Just better safe than sorry. So we need some 2-inch clamps here. This is 1.5 inch. This just says 38 millimeter, but it's 1.5 inch. And this is like $10, so you guys can see. And this came with a little gauge. I don't know if I'll run the gauge for now. I'm going to run this. This is all going to probably get snipped off, and I'll run this gauge into the dash gauge. But I can also use, if it's not working, then I'll just put this one back on for temporary, but I think it'll work. So you get a gauge and a thermostat thing for $10. If you just got a little rock crawler or mud toy and you don't need full gauges, then there's that. Okay, I'm gonna go use the bathroom. take my medicine because my back and my shoulder's starting to hurt, and can't do a whole lot, but we're at least going to try to do the proportioning valve next. That way, yeah, maybe Sunday if it's raining, we'll just bleed the brakes. And I need clamps, a plug, and then this is going to be ugly because this is going to get cut. It's going to be right here somewhere. It's right here. I should get like a frame mount proportioning valve, and then run the master cylinder to the frame, and then run the lines from the frame to the. I guess I made enough video that it said that was enough. Start a new video for me. Alright, well, I'll stop for here. There she is, guys. Can't install her yet until later, but I got her. Okay, guys. Right now I'm going to take this red wire off the water temp. I'm going to move it up here. I'm going to get some Teflon tape. Oh, Jesus. I'm going to have to throw this as a ground back to the somewhere. I can ground out this end, Teflon tape it, and hook the red wire to this. Then we should be good on the water temp to the gauge. I'm just leaving the other one in, so I don't have to worry about fighting with the water. We already made a mess. So we got the bigger C clamps, so that's taken care of. Once I do this, I'm gonna try to go through and secure all the wiring in brake lines along the frame. I'm gonna put this side back together, probably this tire here, put it all back together. I can do the other side. Maybe put the back and all that together, because I need to get over there and put these in, tighten the caliper mount bracket, and then we'll go back and I'll just crawl under it and have my wife help me bleed the brakes. This is kind of the number one things I want to do is make sure we can read our water temperature when we kick it on. You need to make sure this doesn't leak. It looks crazy. I don't think it's leaking because it's up here. A little wobbly, but I've been out here for 2 days and this is dry. It was leaking the other day whenever I first fucking tightened this up. So I don't know if it's still leaking or not. I'm trying to wipe it off and see if it keeps coming back. Just see it. I don't know if I can see. I don't see nothing, but we're not pressing the brakes either, so I might have to redo that fitting. You may not like this crazy alignment I got going on. They're kind of both angled slightly. I don't have a bender. I might have to buy a bender and tweak just enough to, but I don't know. We'll see. All right, I'm gonna stop this and check it and see if we got volume, because that's 2 minutes of me talking and a new microphone. Okay, guys, we attached that brake line, but now we've moved on to the transmission lines. Pulled that wire off the thermostat. I don't know why it's not clearing up the image. Plug this line so we don't leak fluid everywhere. Now I'm going to go back here. I got to take the shield cover off and then try to swap out the lines. I was going to do the L right there and drop coming from the bottom, but I feel like it's just as much pressure as I add the L and then pull from the bottom, but I don't know. I may change that still. Right now, our biggest problem is we need to get in here, and I don't need the extension. I thought I did. Well, come on. All right. Yeah, I figured. Alright, I'll come back. This is where we're at. I'm up here taking these out so I can put the new lines in. It's not fun. I'm going to have to check all this for leaks afterwards. This is a 19, I think. 18 is too small. 19 is almost too small. I gotta can't see shit because I can't see shit. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. Trying to round out the nuts. What I'm trying to do. Alright, I gotta quit. I'll be back. Okay, guys. That's the slow, tedious process of fuck, I can't see. I can't do both at the same time. Maybe. It's so tight of a gap to look in here to see. It's just a little half turn every time. I don't want to tear up any threads or anything, so just do it to its hand tight. I got Teflon tape on it. Hopefully it's going to hold her up. See, I can't really see to get that on there. I got no hand movement right here. You got to basically reach all the way from the back to get up, to get in there, to get moving on this stuff. I think one more turn for this would be good. I don't know how far to go. Just keep running it in. Anyway, I'm gonna stop and just do this without having to record. I'll be back when I get them both tight. I'm gonna throw the elbows on there and I'll run the lines up around and around the back. Something like that. We'll see. That's how the exhaust and all that stuff goes. Hey guys, we got them in there. They loop back around. They go around, come back out. I put the shield on to help block the heat. Zip tie them together, hit the cross member, go around, zip tie them to the sway bar, and then they go into the fucking radiator. The 74-inch lines, in case you're wondering, just happen to be about perfect. First I thought they were going to be too long, but the way I looped them up and around, it took the slack out and gives you a little room for play too. Alright, I think that's the end of my video for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.